What a rush! Welcome to an episode of the Formatt with your boy Matt Jackson, aka Ja Freak Killer. And tonight, or today, well, I said tonight, we are talking about Animal. What a rush, boy. Even though I know Hawk did the What a Rush thing, but still, it was a part of their thing. And I don't know, this whole, I haven't been able to, I don't know, I just haven't been able to sit here and talk about it. We want to, but it's crazy, man. It's my favorite member of Road Warriors, Legion of Doom. I mean, they were an amazing tag team. And when Animal went by himself, he was good by himself. I mean, it's heartbreaking to know that, like, one of my favorite people in the world is gone. And, like, you know, of course, you know, back some years ago, Hawk died, and that was crazy. It's just, you know, it's so many people, so many legends just going, you know, it's like, almost feels like it's back to back, and it, you know, it doesn't stop. But, you know, Animal's career was very well, I mean, he had a great career. But it's just sad to know that he's gone, man. I didn't know. I didn't know he was going to go this year. You know, like, I met him one time. I met Animal one time, and technically I was supposed to have paid to meet him and get his autograph and stuff like that. But he was just standing there, and I was just walking around, and I walked up to him and said, "Hey, what's up, Animal? You know, like, big fan of yours. You know, loved you when I was growing up, and still love you now, and all this stuff. You know, just kept, you know." And, you know, he shook my hand and stuff, but he was kind of in a bad mood, I guess, because, I mean, obviously, a man coming up to you trying to meet you without paying for it, I get it. But I really didn't have the money per se to meet him, you know what I'm saying? And, so, I mean, my friend did, my friend James Brinkley, he did offer. He was like, "Man, I'll pay for you to meet him and get your autograph and picture with him and stuff." And I almost, now I regret it. Now I regret it, because my friend James literally offered to pay for me to meet him, because me and him went and seen this show together. And it was a big show for Pure Pro Wrestling, the company that I be training for and stuff. So, but this was before I was training, and it was right before I started training. It was a little bit before I started training, because I ended up training a little bit after that. But it was great. I mean, it was a great experience. But I mean, I know he was mad or tired. He was probably just tired. A lot of people was like, "Oh, he was an asshole. These famous people, I met them, they're assholes." No, they're irritated just like everybody else in this world. You know, everybody else in this world gets the same irritation. You know, doesn't matter if you're famous or not, you still get irritated. So, I mean, for the most part, I mean, I didn't think he was an asshole at all. All I know is he's a rough, tough animal. And do you want him to be all like, "Hi, how you doing? My name's Animal." Like, "Oh, aren't you pretty?" Or "Aren't you cute?" Or do you want him talking like that? No, you want your animal to be rough, tough, and down, you know, not some little gullible little face character, because Animal was never a face. He was a heel. You know, he was one of the best heels too, to be honest. Like, Road Warriors were probably the top heel faction back when I was growing up anyway. I mean, with a name like Legion of Doom or Road Warriors, I mean, that just sounds like some heels right there. So, post-apocalyptic, like Mad Max type sounding stuff. So, but, you know, that was my favorite tag team growing up. You know, my favorite thing was the "Oh, what a rush" thing, because it kind of sounded like, you know, he was tapping into his death metal. It's like Hawk could have been a death metal singer. But I don't know. It's really sad. It really is. You know, I met him. I didn't get to meet Hawk, but I met Animal. Didn't get his autograph. You know, I didn't get a picture with Animal. that kind of sucks. I kind of wished I would have, done it. Went and got a, autograph and all that. But it was fun to see him at night. He actually came out with Jimmy Love. And I think Sin, it's hard to remember. I think it was Sin Crowley, Jimmy Love, a couple others on the team. Pretty sure. Because I remember Jimmy Love was wearing Paul Stanley's makeup. Sin Crowley, of course, he was Sin Crowley. But, like, that match is so hard to remember. It was so far back, a couple years ago, so it's kind of hard to remember. I should have been taking notes and writing down stuff from the time I started, beginning of my starting, all the way up to now. I know that's something I should have done, but it was mainly just training and stuff. So I didn't really learn or have a wrestler tell me anything about, you should take notes, blah blah blah. And it was let me see if I can remember the guy's name. I know he's part of the Hounds of Hades. So it was the youngest one out of the Hounds of Hades' name, but it was the one with the fake eye. Dang, I can't. My mind's blanking on me. Shoot, now they're on my Facebook page and everything. I'm friends with them and everything. I don't know. There's so many names out there. I can't remember them all, but really good dude. And he, me and him got to talk on one night, and because me and the Hounds of Hades, let's talk about that for a minute. Me and the Hounds of Hades, they were kind of like an Ascension type, Road Warriors type. They were that type of guys. I think, I guess, because the way I looked at them, they were kind of like that. But just that night was great because it really hit home because these Hounds, the tag team Hounds of Hades, even though I'm blanking on their names, but. I guess it's just because my mind's focused on Animal right now. I can't think of anything else. But those two guys right there, we hit it off. It was freaking crazy. So the day I met the Hounds of Hades, it just felt like we just clicked. It was like we were friends from the day we met. So, and then he told me, yeah, you should start writing down stuff and, so you remember more. And then, something like this, doing podcasts now, I could have been doing podcasts on my wrestling experience, which I still can, so I still got it on mine. But I guess I can just, start remembering and start writing stuff down and then doing a podcast on that. But, I don't know. And it's just, it's awesome to know that one person can touch home to everybody, like Animal, leaving this earth, kind of like, it got a lot of people, sad, and, a lot of wrestling fans are like, oh man, one of the best tag teams, like, completely are gone now. Like, it was half of them were, we had Animal for a long time, and then Hawk, without Hawk, and it was cool, because we had the Heidenreich thing. A lot of people didn't like this, but I liked Animal doing the Heidenreich. I liked it. Heidenreich, Animal, I thought it was pretty cool. Obviously, I was still a kid, too, somewhat. Well, not really a kid, but I was still younger, and I liked it, so it was cool. But yeah, if the Hounds of Hades are listening to this podcast, if they do hear it, sorry, I can't remember names, say it off. Sorry about that. Y'all know I love you. Another guy I wanted to touch on real quick is Colby Corino. Oh my God, the first day I met Colby Corino, I was like freaking out because I was in the crowd. I didn't even know he was there. I didn't know anything. And next thing you know, I heard like people talking about Colby Corino's here, the son of Steve Corino's here. And I'm like, oh my God, is he really? Like, and the whole show, I'm sitting here waiting for him to come out and all this stuff. And here comes Colby Corino. Oh, man. So he came out there, man, I swear, man. And then after the show, like, everybody's leaving and stuff, I'm just like, I went up to Barksdale, Commissioner Barksdale. I said, please send Colby out here. Please, go back. Please. Can you go back there? And this was before I was going backstage and shit. So, or sitting backstage with the boys, because I used to sit backstage with the boys and chit-chat with a bunch of those guys. So I've had so many conversations with wrestlers and like people that's traveled, and I've had a conversation with Colby where I was trying to get Colby on Jerry Springer with me, but that didn't work out because he was too famous. But But when I said, hey, I got to meet this guy, like tell him like one of his biggest fans out here, ready to meet him, like I have to meet him before I leave here. I cannot leave this place without meeting this man. You know what I mean? Okay, so I met Colby Carino, I met Rob Killjoy, and I met Brian, and they're Ugly Ducklings, and oh my goodness gracious, like it was like we hit it off. We hit it off. It was like it's crazy as hell. It's hard to talk to him nowadays, you know, especially Colby. Colby's on 205 Live. He's doing some WWE stuff, so it's going to be hard to even get to talking to him anymore or get a conversation going on with him. And he lives like 5 hours away from my aunt, so it's going to be kind of hard to get him on my podcast, which would be great to get him on my podcast. But we are going to have some special guests on this podcast. I've already talked to somebody already, and it's a big name for the North Carolina, Virginia area. And probably some other areas that I don't really remember him wrestling at. Tennessee. I know he wrestled in Tennessee. I know he's wrestled in other places. But I'm not going to say anything. But if you know me, know me. If you know me, know me. If you know me, 100% know me and who I talk to and who I'm friends with and the wrestlers I'm friends with, you pretty much already know who's going to be my first wrestler on here. There's two names that are possibilities that you probably be thinking. Because I am best friends with quite a couple of them, about four of them I'm really close to, like, but I'm not even gonna give them out because I'm not even gonna give them out. But anyway, so, if you really know me, you know who my first guest is probably gonna be, so, and I'm trying to set that up right now, because I'm hoping it'll be when Matt Britton comes down from Texas. He'll come down and visit me, and visit his mom, and then come down, we'll do this podcast with this special guest. I mean, it's a super special guest. And like I said, if you know me, you know who's my first guest is, because you would know. You just would know. But anyway, so, you know, I'm sorry I went off on talking about other stuff, but I don't know, I've been in a talk about, I just got in a talkable mood, but it's like, I lost what I was talking about with Animal, but, so, I mean, it's just really sad, and I basically not sitting here giving a lot of, you know, history about Animal and stuff like that. It's just basically me just talking and like getting it out and being able to feel better, you know, saying it's like therapy right now. So it's not really, this podcast, it wasn't really meant to be talking history or anything about Animal and Honk. That is going to be a special podcast to itself, and I'm hoping to have a special guest, which will be my pops. So, and I'll probably have Pops, Chris, if you know him. I'll probably have him sitting down with me one night when he's off, and we're going to be talking Animal and Hawk. And then I'll definitely do some looking into stuff and looking up stuff and having it all written down so I can actually talk it, blah, 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 blah. But this was just me just wanting to talk to y'all and to the Wrestling Mats fans or the people that are following us and all y'all. Y'all just keep true to us. We love you. We love everybody that's supporting the show, everybody that's supporting Behalf of Matt podcast and this podcast right here, the Formatt. Thank y'all a lot. You just don't know how much this means to us, especially me, and I'm getting a little teary-eyed, but I've been wanting to do something that I know I can do, and yeah, I can talk. So I got the gift of gab. I love to talk. So I thought, hell, maybe I should do a podcast, and I'm hoping this recording went good because I'm using another way of recording. So I'm hoping this recording does good too. So go back and re-listen to it. But yes. So thank y'all a bunch from me, Matt Jackson, and on behalf of Matt Britton. Thank y'all a whole lot for supporting this show and supporting his show. And once we get the Wrestling Mats podcast going, because these are just our separate podcasts here. These are just podcasts that we get to do, you know, on our own. And if we get people on our shows, then we get people on our shows. The Wrestling Mats podcast is the podcast that me and Matt do that together. But definitely go to our YouTube channel. Wrestling Mats YouTube channel. Now there are two up. There's some idiots up that have a channel up. They only have 2 videos. That's not the one you want to go to. You want to go to Wrestling Mats with the Formatt podcasts, with the Behalf of Matt podcast. That is our channel. Go subscribe, like our videos, put some good comments on there. Comment. Say, hey, these guys are freaking awesome. Whatever. Do what you want. If you got to give me some hate, if you don't like what I'm doing, say it. Don't care. But basically, I don't think I'm going to get any hate. Hopefully, but hey, but anyway, just like Instagrams, go follow me on Instagram, ja_freak_killer. Go follow me on Facebook, Matt Jackson, aka Ja Freak Killer, obviously. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel, JF Killer and Friends. And then Matt Britton has one, I think it's just called Matt Britton, for YouTube. And go follow us on Instagram, which is all that. So yeah, just follow, like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. And ooh, that was a rush, baby. Anyway, so I'm gonna get off here. I'm hitting the 15-minute mark, which minute over, but I love talking. So, but I hope y'all enjoyed this podcast from me and all the Matts around the world, baby. We doing it big, So, but I'll give you a little hint. My first guest is gonna be a Matt, but it's neither one of me or Matt Britton. But there is a Matt that I'm gonna be podcasting with eventually. So, phase to it, and ergo, I love you guys. And I tried to think, but nothing happened. I'm just playing. I'm just quoting some of my favorite people. I just quoted Herman Munster, and I just quoted Curly from the Three Stooges. So, holla if you hear me. No, that's darling. Anyway, what a rush. I love you guys. The format is in and out. Love you guys. It's been great chatting, talking to you. It's about a 20-minute video. But hey, you know what? I love you. Also, you know, if you're a big supporter of art and you like art, drop on by my page. I've got art up there. I do sell art. I do create art. I am an artist. I like to paint. I like to do all this stuff. So hit me up if you want a painting or something. I might have something already ready to go and you know, sellable. And I've got other friends that paint too if you're trying to look for something different than what I do. So just let us know, man. We're doing a whole lot of things. I'm doing podcasts. Even though I'm not doing too many at the moment, I'm just doing stuff that I actually want to talk about. It's taking me a minute because I do have kids on the weekends. I do have my kid on the weekend. And I do have like a lot of random stuff popping up in my life. So sometimes, you know, just because I don't, you know, necessarily have a job at the moment, I do some side work and I do this and that. So, yeah. So... and sometimes I just like playing a game, and sometimes it slips my head to be doing something. So, but anyway, support us, support us, support us. So, peace and chicken grease. The format is out. Love you guys. Like I said, just keep supporting us.